sorry about that. Well guys, remember last year I did a video about my freshman year? I think it was on the 28th of August or whatever. I'm not really sure when I exactly posted it. I think I waited a while to post it actually, but I'll try to get this video up today. So yeah, this video was going to be my sophomore year, because I just got home from my sophomore year about half an hour ago, because I ride the bus and I usually get home around 4 o'clock. So yeah, but in the afternoon I rode the bus home, but in the morning my parents took us to school because they also had this business to do with my brother and stuff, all kinds of business. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want my parents to get upset if I do, but they took me because I just had stuff to carry and it's the first day. They usually take they usually take us on the first day, but last year they didn't. This year they did though. So yeah, after they dropped me off to school, I went in and I asked someone where I go to help me find when I have my lunch, because when you first get your schedule, you won't have when your lunch is. You'll have to go on the first day and go into the office or ask a teacher when your lunch is. And it depends on what lunch your 5th period teacher has. I know nothing about that, so that's why I got some help. So after that, I didn't really do much. I just kind of went outside and stood by my first period class, which was FCCLA. I had child guidance for FCCLA. We didn't do much. They said that we were just going to talk about the whole thing, FCCLA, for the next 2 weeks, and then once we really get in, to the school year or whatever, like the 3rd week of school, because you don't really have to really get into it. We just need to get into the 3rd week of school or whatever, and then we'll start getting to child guidance. You see, FCCLA is kind of like a home ec class, but home ec focuses on different things a year, but FCCLA only focuses on one. Last year I had interpersonal in FCCLA. This year I have child guidance. So yeah, when I went into there, she just talked to us about the rules and the expectations and all that stuff. And then she gave us this green paper. We had to fill out some information on it that it just asks questions about ourselves, so it was incredibly easy. So yeah, so that's all we did in there. We didn't do much in any of our classes because it's the first day of school. And I'm happy because I got some really nice classmates in that class. I was talking to Frank, complaining about the bus rules for the rest of the time we had to chat. He's a really cool guy. So, sorry about my throat. To clear it, but 2nd period was choir. We have a new teacher in that class. We call him Mr. JP. Josh Pettis. His last name is Pettis, but there are lots of Pettises, but we didn't want them to get confused, so he just had us call him Mr. JP. We just kind of practiced singing a little bit, practiced doing our parts, and what happens if we're in the right posture, or if we're when you have bad posture or whatever, and what happens when you take a deep breath in and out, and because that happens all the time when you're singing. So yeah, and he told us that he was gonna record some of our voices later on in the week, and he was gonna use a tape recorder so he'll know whether we're a bass, a tenor, or an alto or a soprano. I was only alto one year. That was in 7th grade. All the and then all the other years I went back to soprano. I don't know why that happened. I guess I just wasn't singing very high. I guess it just depends how you sing when you're up there. I guess I just didn't sing real high. But after choir was IPC. We had a funny teacher. She was very funny. She was kind of goofing off a little bit while she was explaining to us about the roles and expectations, and I'm really happy with what I got for students in that class too, because I got a friend named Kelly. It was fun chatting with her while that class was going. So 4th period was PE, and there we had to make up a game and our own rules and the point system for it, and we thought up a really weird game. We had to have a cone on top of our head, and while that cone was sitting on our head, we had to like hit the ball with a bat, kind of like baseball, except you have to have the cone on your head the whole time. I'm not good at balancing stuff on my head, so I was really bad about that, but I'll practice eventually. And then 5th period was Miss Boone. Well, I had lunch and then I had 5th period. 5th period was Miss Boone. It was math class. She had a PowerPoint for us, and we didn't really do much in there. We had to have this paper, and we had to write our names on them on both sides, like how teachers have those little things. They're usually hard, but they look like folded down pieces of paper, kind of like standing up, and it has our names on both sides. We kind of had to make one just with our first name on it. I didn't really get that, but I guess she just did it so so we can know one another's names, each other's names. So 6th period was English. We had this little card, and we had to write stuff down on it about us. And then again, since it's the first day, she just gave us a syllabus and a student handbook that we have to sign in order to get on the internet at school. So yeah, we didn't do much in that class either. After that was world history. We're basically going to have a sub in there all semester, or for about 4 months, because Coach McBride is sick. I don't know specifically what's wrong, but all I know that he's very sick, so Miss Lindquist is going to be taking his place until he comes back. So yeah, we didn't do anything in there. We didn't do much in there at all. She showed us a little slideshow with all these pictures of U.S. history stuff. It had ships and buildings and masks and all this stuff associated with U.S. history. So after that, we went to IPC, or BIM, Business Information Management. She had a PowerPoint for us, and then we logged on, so we'll know how to log on. All you have to do is type in your ID number for your password and for your username. Sorry, I kind of had to speed through this little bit video for the second half because I can only do 10 minutes and I'm already 9.5 minutes, so I have to end this recording now. I wish I could do a more thorough video, but I just can't because of my limits on this 3DS, so bye.